Hi guys, welcome back to People's Digest. In today's video, I'll be sharing with you how to make rosemary oil for fast hair growth. So these are the two main ingredients I'll be needing: dry rosemary leaves and extra virgin olive oil. I'll also be needing a mason jar to put my oil in, and I'll be needing a spoon to stir, and also I'll be needing a bowl to put my dry rosemary leaves. So I'm just going to open up my envelope and pour the dry rosemary leaves in the bowl. That's just for easy access, so I can measure the exact amount I need. So this is what the dry rosemary leaves look like. I used the dry rosemary leaves because I wanted my oil to have a longer shelf life. You can use the fresh rosemary leaves, but your oil may last for a few weeks. So firstly, I'm going to measure 1 tablespoon of dry rosemary leaves. And I'm going to put that in my mason jar. I'll be adding some more rosemary leaves, but not just yet. That'll be added later. But now this is my extra virgin olive oil, and I'm going to use my measuring cup to measure 2 cups of olive oil. So this is 1 cup all measured, and I'm pouring this into my measuring cup. You're welcome to use any oil of your choice, such as jojoba oil, argan oil, or avocado oil. But I chose olive oil because my hair loves olive oil, and it penetrates the hair shaft, which softens and moisturizes my hair. So this is my 2 cups of olive oil, and this amounts to 400 mils. That's why you must have a measuring cup. So now I'm just going to pour this on my rosemary leaves. Pour everything on the rosemary leaves. Do not leave anything because oils are expensive. And that's what it looks like. The rosemary leaves at the top. And I'm just going to give that a nice, good old stir to ensure that all my leaves are in the oil and not just sitting at the side of the jar. It looks good and it smells good, and all I could smell is rosemary. So now I'm just going to close my jar really tightly, and I'm just going to let it sit at the side for a little while. We need to get back to this rosemary oil because there's some more goods we need to put in there. So now I'm going to measure 1 more tablespoon of rosemary leaves. And guys, I'm going to crush this leaves. I'm gonna really get it into a powder form. So all I have to do is keep crushing and crushing, and this takes about 15 to 20 minutes to crush it to get it this powdery. If you have a blender, you can blend it, but I want it the old-fashioned way. I really wanted to get it so fine because that will have all the rosemary nutrients. I can smell it. It smells so strong. So here's the difference. You can see the powder and you can see the rosemary leaf uncrushed. So now what I'm going to do is get my rosemary oil again, and I'm going to add the powder into that oil. So I've got double portion. I've got the dry rosemary and I've got the powdered form now. How about that? I decided to do it this way so the oil can be very potent and I can get all the great benefits from the rosemary. So now that I've added the powder, I'm going to give it a good old shake and a good old stir, and here's how it looks. It looks so potent and so rich. And here we've got our rosemary oil. So now I'm gonna put the lid on and close it really tightly, and I'm gonna put this to sit at the windowsill in the sun for 2 months. The reason why is because the heat from the sun helps the rosemary release its nutrients into the oil, and that's how we're gonna get our infused rosemary oil. So this is the next day, and I am shaking my oil, stirring it up, and I'll be doing this every day for the next 2 months, and this will help with the infusion process. There has been sunny days in the UK, thank God for that. So this is going according to plan. So this is my infused rosemary oil 2 months later. Look at this. Look at the bottom of the powder rosemary and the top with the leaves. This is extra potent. So now I'm going to get a nut meal bag to strain my oil, because now we've got to separate the rosemary leaves and the rosemary powder from the oil. So now I'm just going to pour the oil into the bag. That will help separate the leaves. So here you can see that's the leaves all trapped in the bag. So now I'm just going to pour the remaining oil into the bag, strain all of this up. I highly recommend this nut meal bag. It done a great job. Look at all my leaves, and I'm done. You can see the powder at the bottom of the bottle, so everything is all strained, and my oil is clean and clear, and most of all, it smells amazing. All I could smell is rosemary infused oil in my kitchen, and that excites me. So here I've decided to pop my oil into this measuring cup again. So when I'm putting it into the storage bottle, it won't be messy, it won't be spilling all over the place. I'm just showing you here, there's no residue in this funnel, so my oil is extremely clean. So now I'm gonna put my oil into these storage bottles. So when I'm ready to use it on my hair, application will be very easy. If you do decide to make this oil, please don't boil it. Don't boil your rosemary leaves if you want long hair, because you'll be losing all the key nutrients and ingredients, okay? Be like me, leave it for at least 2 weeks or 2 months like I did. 2 long months, and I'm glad I did, because the infusion process helped retain all the key ingredients without losing its potency, and believe me, I'm gonna reap all the benefits. So here it is. I've got 2 bottles of infused rosemary oil, infused for over a period of 2 months. And guys, did I tell you the lovely benefits of rosemary? Rosemary oil stimulates hair growth, it improves blood circulation to the scalp, it reduces dandruff, it reduces hair loss, and it strengthens hair strands, making it thick, full, and bouncy. Studies suggest it's as effective as Rogaine and minoxidil, which are 2 popular medications for hair growth. So I found 2 more extra storage bottles, so I thought I'm gonna pop the rest of the oil in there, and now I got 4 bottles of rosemary oil. And I thought, you know what, I'm gonna personalize my bottles, so I've put these lovely stickers on there that says handmade with love. So here it is. I'm just gonna put all the stickers on the bottle and you know, give it that extra touch, that extra love that I made it with. And here's the end product. This look shop bought from rosemary leaves to rosemary oil, and I am so proud of my very own little collection. So now I'm gonna apply the rosemary oil to my hair, and I can't wait. So firstly, I'm just going to put my hair in little sections, and I'm going to firstly spray my hair with some water, and next, not forgetting my moringa butter, I'm just going to put it as a leave-in conditioner, and then I come with my magical homemade rosemary oil. I apply it to my scalp and to the end of my hair, and not forgetting my edges, and I'm really going to massage it into my scalp and into every strand using the prayer method, back again into the end of my hair, and so it seals it. Look at this now, my hair feels nice and soft, and now I'm just putting it in a twist and just let everything simmer in. And I'll make a little bantu knot for extra penetration into my hair shaft and follicles. So I'll go ahead and do the same process till I complete my whole head. So an important question you may want to ask about this oil is, do I wash it out? No, please do not wash it out. It stays in your hair. It's like when you're doing the LOC method and you use this oil to seal the moisture. The only time you would need to wash it out is if you're doing a hot oil treatment, where you just soak your hair with all the oil and leave it for about an hour, and you'd have to rinse it out. Okay, using this oil feels so therapeutic, and it is so light on the hair. Guys, look at the shine this oil is giving to me. Rosemary is at work. Yes, it is. My hair is so shiny and the oil makes it so easy to manipulate. So the next question you may ask yourself is, how often do I use this oil? I personally will be using this oil twice a week, at the beginning of the week and at the end of the week. I'll also use this oil when I'm doing a pre-poo, or a hot oil treatment. You may also want to ask, what's the benefits of rosemary oil? It has anti-inflammatory properties, which keeps your scalp clean and clear. It promotes nerve growth. It improves blood circulation to the scalp. And where there's blood circulation, there's hair growth. So rosemary does promote hair growth. It prevents excess shedding. It prevents hair loss. It prevents dandruff and premature graying. So there's whole lots of benefits. You may want to ask, when will I see hair growth using rosemary? You got to be consistent. You can't just use it once and that's it. So with regular use, after 2 to 3 months, you should see your hair growing and flourishing and looking healthy. So one more important question you may want to ask is, how do I store the rosemary oil? You can store it on the cupboard in a cool and dry place, and that's gonna last for a year plus. Okay, so guys, I just wanted to unravel one of my twists to show you how my hair looks so shiny. It looks so soft, bouncy and healthy. That's the immediate effect from the rosemary oil. Look at it. It feels good and it looks good. So guys, I would seriously encourage you to try to make this oil and use it. Have the patience like me to wait for a few months to get all the added benefits. If you know anyone who's suffering from baldness or excess shedding, share the video, tell them about it so they could reap the benefits. But guys, this is the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.